Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. What's up, y'all? John Melton coming to you live with my lifestyleacademy.com. And yes, we are doing Money Monday on a Tuesday, since yesterday here in the States, it was Memorial Day. And always want to honor that day for obvious reasons. We're so grateful for our military and, of course, all the brave soldiers we've lost over the years. And I got to tell you, for me, especially this day and age, I could not be more grateful to be an American, could not be more grateful for having the ability to do what we do and really make an impact while also making an income. And I think a lot of us can probably agree that, this is one of the few countries you can do that in, right? There's a lot of countries that don't allow you to be an entrepreneur, don't allow you to be your own boss. And, Nadia, as an example, came over here from Russia back in 1996 when she was 16 years old. Her family literally took their 16-year-old daughter and sent her to another country. And this is before technology and social media and all the things, because they wanted to give her the opportunity that she didn't have in Russia. And I think a lot of countries still have people that they want to be here, right? And I'm not going to get into all the political stuff. I'm going to keep this conversation positive, but it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for our military and, the souls we've lost over the years. So I just wanted to say that first. And for those of you that have lost anyone, prayers and blessings and all the things. And we're just really excited to have this conversation because I've got the one, the only Tanya Aliza, TanyaAliza.com. We were just joking beforehand about that. Like literally one of the best, most prolific trainers, mentors, leaders in the entire network marketing profession. In fact, let us know in the comments if you follow Tanya, if you've seen her YouTube, if you followed her on social media, if you followed her journey. We were friends back in, I want to say 2017-ish. And we had already knew about her. We'd seen her success and we built a relationship. And eventually we ended up partnering up together and working together and seeing what she's created over the years. We've done some launches together, done some different programs. We were even talking about maybe we should do another one very, very soon. What do you guys think about that? So, but on a serious note, I'm telling you, she is one of the best when it comes to teaching simple strategies to just do a better job with your social media. For me, I like simple. How many of us are on the same page? Like I dropped out of community college. I like to keep things simple. And thank God for people like Nadia, like Tanya, that have more of a, you could say more analytical thought process on things. But here's what's beautiful about people like Tanya. She knows how to simplify it. She knows how to simplify it so it'll make sense for all of you. In fact, she's going to teach you how to attract 23 new buyers a week. How many of us could use 23 new buyers like a month? So she's going to teach you how to attract 23 new buyers a week with this small but mighty tool and just really talk about some of the strategy, the philosophy, but also the skill that it takes to do exactly what she does. And I don't know how big her following is at this point, but I would assume Tanya somewhere in the 100,000 plus range on just like YouTube alone, right? Like you have one of the biggest pages out there. And I know massive email list, built this amazing personal brand, but at the same time, you still work with and coach people and you share the best tips, tricks, and tactics and some of those hacks, if you will. So just really excited for all of you to hear from Tanya today. Like I said, she's a really good friend, but also someone we've been partnered with for over 5, 6, 7 years now. God, what is it, 2023? Literally like this week is June 2023. It's crazy. So we go back about 6, 7 years now, but I'm just really excited for you to hear from her. Definitely share this broadcast. Take notes, smash that hard button if you're fired up, jacked up, and excited to hear this conversation, because this is really going to be the big picture. This is not just like, here's a post that you can do on social media to get more attention. This is really something that on the back end is going to help a lot of you and organize what you're doing. So Tanya, sorry for the long introduction, but I get excited anytime you're on the show. So excited to have you here on Money Monday on a Tuesday.
Keep going. Like, I'm okay with it.
I think it's all to go, although I've only had 2 sips, so that's just me.
It is totally fine. I mean, John has had enough caffeine for all of us, and I love his energy. It's amazing. So I'm so honored to be here. Always such an honor to be with you, your people, your community, you and Nadia and your family, the stuff that you guys have built as well. And then I've been able to learn so much from you guys as your community has. And I do not know of anybody out there that gives as much as you guys. So give it up for the Money Monday Melton crew. in the comment section below. And then also let me know, because I can see your comments as well. I'm going to give you guys examples of things that you can do, because I always want this to be really actionable for you guys. So not just coming here and taking notes and then doing nothing with it. I want you to take the notes, and I'm going to give you stuff that you can immediately go and apply and hopefully see great results in your business. So if you guys can let me know in the comment section below, let me know, what do you sell? Like, we're all here, we're selling something. Let me know like your main product that you're focusing on selling right now. And you don't have to, you can say names, not names. I don't care. I just kind of want to know what it is, because we're all here to serve and help. And the details are important sometimes. So John, Nadia, thank you for having me out. And I hope to over deliver here a little bit for you guys today after a long weekend. And thanks for drinking enough caffeine for the both of us, because I can't drink caffeine right now. So I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, I'll just soak up it all from John right here.
That's
So
great.
all right, guys. So yeah, I have been in the profession of network marketing since 2009, and I have seen a lot. And I was in network marketing before social media was even a thing. So if you're starting any kind of online sales of any kind, whether it be direct sales, network marketing, maybe you're selling courses, building a brand, whatever the case may be, right now is literally the best time to be in our profession of online sales, because we have all these cool opportunities that before just were not figured out. They were not dialed in like they are today. And John knows this about me. I am a huge believer of working smarter, not harder. And
Yes.
if I do any kind of work, right, I'm like Nadia. Nadia and I geek out over this kind of stuff. We're like, how do we, if we're going to invest time right now, how can that investment of time and or even money serve us for not just like right now or tomorrow, but like how can it serve us forever, or as long as ever can last for us? And that's a huge mindset philosophy that I want to share with you guys today in how you operate and you show up in life and in business. Is what can you do today that can pay you dividends for not just today or tomorrow, but for many, many years, if not decades into the future. And this is a philosophy that my husband, Ricky, and I implement constantly. And if something comes across my desk and I'm looking at something as a good idea, possible good idea for the business or whatever, I will look at it and he will look at it and we'll be like, is this a residual opportunity for us?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this is it with our real estate company, with my coaching business, with my network marketing business that I have. We have multiple different businesses, but this is the outlook that we have with all of them. Okay. So thinking about doing the work today, but doing it in a way where it serves you for a really long time. And this is why I started way back in like the golden years. I don't know if they're the golden years or this now is the golden years, but way back when I started YouTube, right? And I started doing consistent Facebook lives like the Meltons do. And I also started blogging, right? And doing blog articles and things like that. And the reason I started doing that, not because I like the extra work, right? I don't like having to do extra work if I don't have to, which I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree with that. But I like doing the work, even if it takes me a little bit time extra now, if it's going to serve me for years and years and years to come. And that's why I started doing YouTube videos. That's why I started to do blogging and put my blog articles up on my website. That's why I started to do Facebook Lives. Because when you do that content, and you do that content once, even though it might take you a little bit of extra effort to get that content out, that content is now on the interwebs for you, serving your brand, serving your business forever until you take it down, right? Or if, and I don't even know why you would want to. So the YouTube videos and the Facebook lives and all of that I've put out there over the years have just, I look at each piece of high value content like that as a fishing line in the water, right? Every time you do that, you're putting a fishing line in the water, you're getting more exposure, you're bringing more people into your world. And that is going to be working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop. And we're all human here, right? Unless there's any AI on the call. But we're all human. We all have the same 24 hours a day, but I don't like to work 24 hours a day. But my content can work 24 hours a day for me. But there is a little formula on how to create the best content to serve you in your business, because I'm not a big believer of your worth is really connected to how many followers you have. I'm not a big believer, and I don't subscribe to how many views that equals money. So views don't equal money, and this isn't something new that you've heard here before, but it is true. So I'll say it again: views don't equal money. Followers do not equal money. So if you're here right now and you're like, I'm trying, I just don't have that many followers, I don't have that many views, those aren't the metrics that equal the success. And if you're measuring that success monetarily. So, what actually equates to the success is sales. Like, you have to sell, you have to be, selling your products and services. And the thing that I dislove about social media, my team hears it all the time. I'm like, Facebook, Instagram. Like, I hate this stuff. TikTok, I got to do TikTok. My marketing manager right now is on my ass for doing TikTok. She's like, you got to do TikTok. You got to. And I'm like, what? I have this huge love-hate relationship with social media. I love it for business. I dislove it because it can steal our time from other very important areas of our business and our life. So you have to be very intentional on social. So when I show up on social, I'm like, how can I show up on social so that it has minimum effective dose? And I learned that term, that phrase, minimum effective dose, and it stuck with me through a coaching program with one of my other coaches. And he said, okay, his philosophy is like minimum effective dose, minimum effective dose. And what that means is like, what's the least amount of work that we can put in to squeeze the most juice from this orange that we can? And I love that. So every time I'm looking at strategies, I'm like, okay, what's the minimum thing that we can do to get the maximum result? And the result is sales. So if you are on social media, which we all are, and we all have to be for our business, we all have to ask ourselves, like, how are we showing up? And then what is the call to action when we do show up? And John and Nadia and the crew that trains here on Money Mondays, they're really good at sharing with you guys a lot of really good social media strategies. Like, the social media strategies that I learn here blow my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a good tip. And John and I were just chatting before we hit record to go live with you guys. We talked about, he's like, something's going on with TikTok right now. We're having people on our team like blow up with customer volume and numbers. And he's like, it hasn't been like this for a while. We're trying to analyze like why TikTok is showing so many people getting more exposure on so many people's posts. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a TikTok expert. We're like, who cares? It's working. But here's the thing. Yeah. Squeeze that orange, right? But I think the most important thing is that when we're showing up on social, what is our call to action? And something that I learned, I would say probably in 2013, I was exposed to this philosophy. 2014, I started to take it seriously and implement it in my business. And if you guys have followed me for a while, you guys know that I love freebies. And you see John and Nadia use freebies. You see a lot of the people who are crushing it online, they are using freebies in their business. And a freebie is just something of value that you give away for free that attracts people that are interested in the benefits of what your product or service provides. It brings them into your world and it gets them really solidly connected to you. And when they're connected to you, you're in that way and you've attracted them with the right freebie that showcases helping people with the benefits of what their product and service provides. You're now talking to people in your world that actually have an interest for what it is that you're selling. Because I don't love being on social media trying to market to everybody that might not have an interest in what it is that I'm doing. Well, I don't mind having exposure. But when it comes to actually doing something with that exposure, you want to be talking to the people that are excited about what you have versus the opposite of that, which is, you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole. And you're like, this person just doesn't see the vision of my product or my business or my service. Like, why not? And it's because we're not attracting those right people. So if you have the opportunity to attract those right people and you do it right, then you can talk to people who are already ready to go. And it's like, they're like, oh, okay, here's my credit card. Oh, okay, here's my credit card, because you're solving a problem. What I see is a lot of people on social media showing up and they're like, buy my stuff, or here's why my thing is important and awesome. Here's the ingredients, here's the features. And we need to be talking about the benefits. So when I learned this, I was actually in, I am in a wellness network marketing company now. But when I first learned this, I was also in a health and wellness company that's different. They're not around anymore. They got acquired by another company. But I was like, man, I'm tired of talking to people that don't have an interest in what it is that I'm doing. Like, this is just a waste of my time. And so I was like, how do I attract people that are interested in what it is that I'm doing? And at the time, we had a product that we sat down and we said, okay, what's this product? And what are the main benefits that people are talking about with this product? So I'm going to give you guys some action steps here. So if you have a product that you sell, I want you to write down right now. You got to know what it is that you're showing up to sell. Now, for those of us who have multiple things in our arsenal that we can sell, I would suggest picking, maybe one we focus on 1 month, one we focus on next month, and make sure whatever you're choosing actually has the ability to make you money. So if you have like toothpaste in your arsenal, do you want to really focus hard effort selling toothpaste for that month? Probably not, because you're not going to make a whole bunch of money on toothpaste. But if you have like a weight loss system, or you have something that you make like $100 or $50 marketing and promoting, that would be a really good product that you would want to revolve this strategy around. So number one, write down like, what is that product offering that you are going to focus on for the next week or the next month in your marketing efforts with your brand. And then once you know what that is, what I want you to do is write down the 5 top benefits that that product or service provides. Okay. So again, if you guys give me, I'm going to scroll up because there's so many people that were just like throwing in what you guys promote, but do it again. If you guys can, what do you guys promote and sell? Cause I'm going to give you some examples here while we're on.
I definitely saw a lot of weight loss and collagen.
Cool. Okay, so let's do collagen, because collagen, let's do both. We'll do weight loss and collagen. How about it? Because weight loss is
I know
right
more
now.
comments will come through, but I figured I would tell you that in the meantime.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so weight loss is hot right now because we're around bikini season. That's right around the corner. People are like, my customers are like, Danielle, I need to lose this weight. What do I do? So I can imagine your customers and your potential customers and people are probably the same way, right? So I would say write down the product and then write down 5 benefits, 3 to 5 benefits of what that product does for somebody. And when you're looking at the benefits, also think about the benefit of the benefit. So here's what I mean by that. So when somebody says, I want to lose weight in the midsection, right? That would be a benefit of maybe what your product offering helps people with is midsection weight loss. But what is the benefit of that benefit? Well, the benefit of the benefit is that person is going to feel more confident putting that bikini on and being around friends or family members or their spouse, right? So that's the benefit of the benefit. So we can think about maybe 3 benefits and then maybe 3 benefits of the benefit. Like, why would somebody want to just lose weight? Well, they want to look good. They want to feel confident, right? Summertime's coming around the corner.
They want to make their ex jealous.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yes, those are the benefits of the benefits. So, and with collagen, the same thing, right? They want to have reduced appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, look like they're maybe 20 again. They also don't want to have to go to the med spa and maybe pay for expensive medical procedures that don't last and are not really natural for somebody. That might be a legit concern for someone. So they might want to increase their collagen in their body because it's being reduced after the age of 30. And we really need to work on that if we want to stay looking young and feeling better and confident on camera, whatever the case may be. So you're writing down 5 of those benefits. And then what I did back then, because I was like, okay, we were selling a product that did a bunch of things. One of the main things that my product at that time was actually helping people with was reducing inflammation and pain and arthritic. It had arthritic healing properties. So I really wanted to attract people that had this pain. And by the way, you guys, when you're thinking about a profitable avenue, the more pain that your audience has, the more they're going to pay, or potentially the faster that they're going to take action investing in the solution that you have. So the more pain, the more motivation they are to fix the pain. All right. So for me, I knew that people were really searching for like arthritic help, reducing inflammation. That was a huge pain point in what I knew that was a benefit of our product and our audience wanted, or that specific audience wanted. And I knew, like, if I could get this product in front of people who are needing this solution because they had this pain, they would be, in a position that they would absolutely take action and buy this. So what I did was I created a free offering to bring people into my world with a freebie. And this is why I love freebies so much, because they allow you to give value and sell without feeling like you have to sell. And also it brings people into your world and they view you now as a credible expert in helping them, so that when you ask for the sale just goes so much more smooth and it's more easy, right? It's not like it's not like we still don't get no's. Like I still get no's to this day in my career, but it just helps the process. And instead of me saying, hey, buy my stuff, it's amazing, buy my stuff, it's like, here, I'm going to give you something that's going to help you. And then I'm going to make an offering in there if you want to take the next step to speed up your solution that you're looking for a little bit more. So at the time, I created this really simple grocery list, and it was like 5 foods to incorporate into your next grocery store visit that will help you to reduce inflammation and relieve pain in your body. And so that I knew when people raised their hand and they said, I want that freebie, I knew, oh, this is my perfect potential customer. Like, this is the person for me. Like, I'm not dealing with tire kickers anymore. So when I was out on social media, I would be posting whatever post. It could just be me walking the dog. It could be me with the family. It wouldn't matter. And then I would have even a little PS line. I'd be like, hey, PS, if you know anybody, or if you are battling with any kind of inflammation or pain, I don't know if you know, but I created this really cool guide, this grocery guide that can help you 5 foods to eliminate, helps you to reduce inflammation and eliminate pain. Get it if you think that this would help you, and then also share it with anybody that you think might find value in it as well. And I would have people requesting this thing constantly. And I had so many sales come in, I couldn't keep up with my volume. And my upline at the time wanted to know what I was doing. She like flew in to like see me and have like a day with me, because I was like, hey, I can put customers in, I can put distributors in. I'm just having my quality problem right now is that I can't support them. So like, if I put them in, can you help me support them? Because this is how well this strategy really worked. And again, for if you're in like a direct selling company where you're enrolling other marketers and you're building a team, I mean, there's the sky's the limit. Like, you got to think about, why would somebody want a side hustle? Like, and in this day and age, the word side hustle, everybody wants one. They're like, side hustle, where do I go buy one? Like, I need one now, today. The economy sucks. Like, tell me what I need to do. So you got to kind of think about, who do you want to attract and what are the benefits of a side hustle? And how could you reverse engineer a freebie for somebody who is interested in possibly looking for a side hustle, and they want to start one, and maybe they just don't know where to start? Maybe you could give them like five five at home online side hustles that you can do in your spare time and earn a potentially earn a six-figure income from home, right? You got to be careful with wording, like you can't overpromise and making income claims and things like that. But you could even share your story and be like, hey, if you have a powerful story that you can share, you can say, hey, how I did X in X, and I'd love to show you how, or here's some options that I can share with you. And then in the freebie, you can go and like put a couple of different side hustles that people can do legitimately and make some extra money from home. But guess what? One of them that you're going to like highlight in there is going to be being involved with a network marketing company and the benefits of that. And hey, if you're not too sure how to evaluate the best network marketing company that's out there, let's have a conversation. And maybe your call to action is, hey, reach out to me here on Facebook Messenger, or fill out this application that I have to work with me. And so instead of just showing up, like what this does is, instead of just showing up on social media with no intent, or also with social media like newsfeed, just getting your posts, like your really good posts that you're doing, just getting buried and buried and buried. If you do one Facebook Live a week, and let's say that's all you did was one Facebook Live a week, and you gave benefits to people that that they're looking for, that have something to do with the product and service that you sell. And maybe your call to action is, hey, get this freebie, or hey, connect with me, or send me a message. You're showing up and giving value in the same area that your benefits serve, that your same benefits that your product and service serves as well. And this is where you've seen it with the mountains, right? They show up every single week, multiple times a week, and they just give and they give and they serve and they solve problems, and they're giving you guys solutions. And then all of a sudden, they're some of the top network marketers in the entire world, like with the biggest sales teams, with the biggest sales in their own pods. And it's like, there's not anything more than like just being consistent and giving value. Now, one of the things with the freebies that I really like and why they work so well, and you can do this if you want to, but you don't have to if you're new. But what I like to do is, I do like to attach the freebie to my email list, so that when somebody requests it, they're on our email list, so that I can follow up with them. Because sometimes people buy right away, and some people don't.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't buy right away, but they need more information. So this gives me the opportunity to do this. And yeah, we've been doing this since 2014 consistently. In fact,
and Tanya, how valuable would you say your email list is today?
Oh yeah, well, we're a multiple seven-figure brand. So we had company valuations done, because we need to, just with the level that we operate on right now. And our valuations are, we had one valuation done at 5 million. We had another valuation done at 5 million. So 8-figure company, right? So the list is very valuable. Like, that is the asset that you have, because if you want to pivot or you make a different decision, like, you always have your email list. If your Facebook account gets shut down or goes down, or you have your YouTube that gets suspended, things like this happen. Like, on social media, it's rented space.
Yep.
Like, we don't own social media. We use social media, but what we should be doing is we should be bringing people from social media to our email list, which is what we own and control. And when I send an email out that's a promotional email, if we have something that we're doing, I'll send an email out, and that's a 5-figure day for us on that email. And that is extremely powerful. And it is the reason why I've chosen to do the activities that I do. So much so that even so this month, we're focusing on creating 3 new freebies for 3 new product offerings that we have that we want to lead into. And our people love our freebies. Like, we put a lot of energy into them as well. Like, we don't just use them as like fishing lines, like just to hook people in and bring them in. Like, we give them extreme value. so that people feel like, oh, wow, like Tanya gives so much for free away. I wonder what she gives away if we spent money with her. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
the legit
Exactly.
mind
Yep.
frame that you want to get people into, right? And so, yeah. And if you guys want to go and like see this in action with some templates and some instructions, I have a really short 9-minute video. It's brand new that I created. It's less than 30 days old because a lot of people want to see this in action. So you can head over to tanyaaliza.com/attract buyers and you can watch that free. You can see this kind of in action, but you can watch the free video that we have that shows how this has been working in my business to attract business partners, to attract customers. And John says, 23 customers a week. I use that to be realistic. We attract way more than that every single week over here in our world. But I want it to be realistic because if you actually do this, that is a very real and realistic number that you could apply to your business, depending on what it is that you sell, obviously, too.
Yeah, and it really is playing the long game and having that CEO mentality that we talk about all the time. So many people they treat their network marketing business like, like lottery ticket marketing, like get lucky marketing, like they have a get rich quick mentality instead of saying, "Hey, I'm committed to this. I'm going to build this for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Like I'm going to commit to this." And like you said, it's not always necessarily it doesn't always necessarily mean that like you're going to use this one company or this one social media platform, because the beauty in building a personal brand and building that list is that God forbid if something happens to your company or your account gets shut down, right? You lose your TikTok, you lose your Facebook, you still have that database that you can reach out to and say, "Hey, I'm starting a YouTube channel, I'm starting a podcast, or I'm launching a new, program," and immediately, like Tanya said, have a 5-figure payday because people trust you. And it takes time to build up the credibility. It takes time to build up, the awareness of who you want to attract and how you want to show up. But I think that freebie conversation, every single one of you should create something just to start playing with this. It could be a Facebook group. It could be, like she said, she made up a recipe to give people, or I think it was a list of foods that they could buy, right? So you can come up with different ideas to start attracting those key people. Like I get so excited about this because we started doing the same thing 10 years ago. And as much as I love social media, there's no way you should ever rely on your social media to communicate what's going on when you have something to share, when you have something exciting, because at the end of the day, most people are not going to see your posts, right? What's the percentage? Like 1% of your followers see your posts. That means 99% of the people aren't even going to see the things you're posting. But with email, and actually, I know a lot of you are building a text messaging list. I really think that is something that all of you, not necessarily saying all of you have to do it right now, but all of you should have a goal to eventually do exactly what Tanya is doing, because that's building a long-term, significant, substantial business. And I think most of us want that. I think most of us want a significant income. We want a full-time income. We want to create something that's going to last. And that's the most sustainable way to do it. So I just wanted to add that in because I think it's such a huge deal.
Yeah. And you can also, once you understand the idea of creating these freebies and the concept that goes into them, because I do see a lot of freebies that are out there and I look at the construct of them and I'm like, oh, they're missing this, they're missing that. Like you really have to have it constructed in a way that your call to action shines, because you don't just want people to be requesting it and then that's the end of the road. You want people to request it and become a buyer or become a teammate. Like that's really important. So there's a certain way that you have to construct that. My 9-minute video will go over that for you guys too. But also, I want you to start thinking about some really cool things once you understand how to put these together and the value of them. So I learned from one of my virtual mentors, Russell Brunson, many years ago, and he is a fabulous marketer, hands down, like one of the best that is out there. And one of the things that he taught me was creating a value ladder in your offer. And value is just more value. Like, how do you make yourself stand out beyond everybody else that's maybe doing the same thing, especially in like a crowded world that we are in today in social media? The answer to that is deliver value. Like, that is the answer. Help deliver, solve problems, and just and be consistent. So one of the things that you can think about doing after you understand this concept is, what could you put together that would, let's say you're in, I'm going to give you guys an example. Let's say you're in direct sales network marketing, you're building a team, and there's other people in your company building a team as well, right? What makes joining you and your team different than anyone else's? Now, I will tell you this, when I'm dealing with somebody, when I'm interacting with somebody and they're asking me about working with me in my network marketing company, I don't just talk about the products and how great the products are. That's like probably the last thing that I talk about. What I tell them is, hey, by joining me and our team, here's what you get. And I'll highlight, John, I'll highlight all the step-by-step training that we have, and they don't have to go out there and recreate it. It's already all done. I already highlight all the extra little challenges and contests and opportunities above and beyond what everybody else gets in the company. And I'll put a real world value on that. And you might be able to create a freebie that, you give away and you say, hey, I'm going to give you a recipe guide with your weight loss program that you get too. I'm going to give you this really cool weight loss recipe meal plan guide. You're not going to get this anywhere else. It's just going to be here. And I'm going to give this to you as well. So basically, you can add more value. You can create a value ladder and a value stack, and you can attach a real world value to it. You'd be like, hey, on top of getting involved with us, you also get, $800 extra worth of value here that you don't have to go recreate. You can use, you can duplicate. And I talk about that. And so this is all about creating more freebies, more value in your world to make yourself shine above and beyond anybody else that's out there doing the same thing. Because it's really what it's all about. Social media today is really crowded, and you have to find a way to stand out and be that servant leader and person of value. And you'll magnetically attract so many really great people by doing that.
I love it so much. How many of y'all are fired up for this conversation? How many of you are definitely going to check out that 9-minute video? And I just noticed that Bem also dropped it, at least on the profile page, TanyaAliza.com/attract buyers. So I'm telling you guys, Tanya is brilliant when it comes to this conversation, especially for those of you that are ready for that next level. You want to create your freebie. You want to build an email list. And look, I love social media. I actually do spend a lot of time there. As anybody that knows me knows this to be true, but it really is a working smarter strategy. As much as I love social, as you notice, we're always driving people to our website. We're always driving people back to our freebies as well, with our resources page, our free downloads, because again, that's not just offering the value and giving them solutions, but then you're capturing those leads and continuing to nurture the relationship, stay in touch with them, helping them get results. And it really is amazing how, if you have all those fishing poles out there and you're constantly showing up on a consistent basis, where you get that clarity on, like I said, who you want to attract and how you want to show up and what you want to talk about. And Tanya said something in the beginning, for those of you that got on later, this is really important too, to write down, what are the benefits of your product? What's the product you want to lead with? Who do you want to help? In fact, what you should also do, and this is a mistake I see a lot of people making as well. It's like, this is an extreme example, but let's say you're selling makeup. You don't need to talk to dudes about that, right? You know that dudes don't need makeup. So the point is,
John, these days, you never
these
know.
days, that might be actually, yeah.
Might be a great audience.
Right. There might still be a tiny percentage there, but you really got to think about, like, okay, who typically buys this product? Why did I buy this product? Who is like me that would want this product? And I think when you get that, and it takes a little time, right? You have to be okay with this taking some time to figure this out, but everything is figure outable, as Marie Forleo says, right? Everything's figure outable. You can figure this out. You can figure out how you can stand out and who you want to be on social media. And, we always talk about being yourself, and that's an authentic conversation. You want to be real and all the things, but at the same time too, like, who are you helping? How can you help that person? How did your product help that person? And Tanya gave you such a great example of how she started out. And it really is a simple way to get started. And I think, a lot of you're probably having some like huge light bulb moments here, because you're realizing that like you're spinning your wheels just trying to leverage your Facebook and just trying to leverage your Instagram, your TikTok. And there's just such a big opportunity out there. And not just the email list, but another thing that Tanya's done really well is she creates evergreen content that she can constantly drive people back to on her YouTube, as an example. Like there's YouTube videos that she made 5 years ago that are still helping her generate leads and sales today. The truth is, as much as I love this conversation we're having right now on Facebook, this Facebook Live will not get a lot of replay views a week from now. But we can take this content and put it on YouTube. We can put it on our podcast. We can, add some SEO to it and do some different things, which that's a whole other conversation that we're not going to get into today. But there are ways to take your existing content and repurpose it and continue to attract people to quality content that is what we call evergreen, that'll stand the test of time. So these are the things you'll learn from Tanya, TanyaAliza.com. So make sure you guys follow her, you subscribe to whatever she's promoting, because she's brilliant when it comes to teaching these steps to success in that regard. And I think that really is, again, CEO mentality, big picture, long-term. You just don't want to rely on posting and praying. So thank you, Tanya. You're the best.
You guys are the best. As Nadia would say, stop it some more. Stop it some more.
Any other closing thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, I think, thank you for having me. Your community is always amazing. I've seen you guys grow to how big you guys have grown. It's absolutely incredible. Like everybody is in such great hands here. John, you bring out some of the best guests. So I'm honored to be one of them. Thank you. Absolutely. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, reach out. I'm pretty accessible. So as big of a business as we have, I like to be as accessible as possible. And yeah, crush it, you guys. Also, just have that CEO mentality. I like that terminology, John. I'm going to use it as well. And CEO mentality, absolutely show up in your business as a CEO, because it'll pay you dividends in the future, and it'll afford you a life that you love and a business that you love showing up in, which is important. Right. Thank you.
Right. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much for being on. You're thebomb.com.
You are the best. Thanks, everybody. It was great to be with you.
Bye, everyone. See ya.